of extraterrestrial life or some flying saucer is hidden in the cloud? Why every cloud look completely different? If you compare a cloud which is much more than 22 million elephants, you can say that amount of water they can sustain, they can contain that amount of water which is so heavy, which is equivalent to 22 million elephants. So that is actually a fact. And it's not just one cloud which we call cumulonimbus, which is so heavy. There are several categories of clouds. Sometimes you see 21-kilometer high cloud. You cannot call it normal cloud. You have to call it Noctilucent cloud. But there are several categories, and you have classified the clouds by World Meteorological Organization. That organization has classified the cloud, but actually it was started in history in 1803. It was classified by the British meteorologist, you called it Duke Howard. That person has actually classified these clouds, and they have classified, they actually delivered the lecture, and title was On the Modifications of Cloud, and he has given in the SKCN Society. At that time it was a famous society in London. Now it doesn't exist. So at that time that person actually classified the clouds on the basis of altitude, like low altitude, high altitude, middle altitude. So it's not just like one category altitude wise. There are several categories. They have added some words. They have added some combinations like altocumulus, altostratus, nimbostratus. They have added several categories. So in this video, we will try to explore every type of cloud. Next time, if you see a cloud in nature, you can observe that and you can understand what that cloud is actually trying to tell you. It's a different story they are referring about climate change. So you have to understand that cloud is actually whether divided or categorized on the basis of rain or some different category. For example, if you see a cloud completely white in nature, for example, that is making curly hair, so that cloud is actually high altitude cloud. You can call it simply cirrus cloud. But understand that thing also, that cloud is actually around 6 to 12 kilometer height. You can say that cloud, it is actually categorized on the basis of high altitude, but it's not like 21 kilometer height or 80 kilometer high. That is not possible. There is a limit. So for example, if you are looking at a cloud 21 kilometer high, that is not normal category. You see this cloud, it is actually lenticular clouds. So lenticular clouds you have seen in the movies or some kind of series, etc. Now we will call or explore like altostratus, altocumulus, cirrus or stratocumulus, because you have confused. For example, you have heard this cloud or seen in the sky, then you will call it actually altocumulus cloud. It looks like heavy, but it is not. In reality, it is so light. If you compare with other clouds like stratocumulus, stratocumulus is so heavy if you compare with that. Even stratus belongs to lower category, around 2 kilometer height. That is actually low altitude cloud. So if you compare that cloud also, then altocumulus is not heavy. So altocumulus cloud is actually looks like heavy, but in reality it is not. If you compare altocumulus to altostratus or stratocumulus, then stratocumulus is so heavy while comparing them. So I give you simple analogy by which you can just memorize this thing. Like cumulus, that is actually kind of foggy in nature. So it is so much heavy if you compare with stratus cloud. So stratus is kind of, they are lurking. So it's kind of low altitude cloud. So you can just remember this analogy in our case, and it is completely different. For example, cumulus is heavy. So now altocumulus is the weakest. If you compare altocumulus with like altostratus or cirrostratus or these all types, cirrostratus is actually different because that is categorized on the basis of high altitude. But if you are comparing on the basis of low altitude or middle altitude, these stratus clouds are heavy while comparing to altocumulus, but stratocumulus is the heaviest one while comparing to the low or high altitude. So we will understand this thing also, as I said earlier. Clouds which leads to thundering or lightning, that clouds which we call nimbostratus cloud, not cumulonimbus cloud. Cumulonimbus cloud is the heaviest one, yeah, we know that, but still nimbostratus is the one who just sustain the rain whole day. For example, you have heard like the rain is happening all day, so that cloud is actually nimbostratus cloud. They cannot create thundering or lightning. Have you ever wondered in nature what that cloud is actually trying to tell you? For example, you are looking night sky or daytime, there is a cloud in the definitely present. That cloud can be dark, simple, clean, some patches, halo type of clouds, like kind of you can say sun or moon in the present, some kind of making halo in it. So can you identify like what that cloud is actually trying to tell you? Is there any proper classification of clouds? So yes, there is more than 10 categories. You can identify a cloud on the basis of height. Like there are low altitude clouds, high altitude clouds, middle altitude clouds. For example, rain condition. So the clouds which leads to rain or thundering, lightning, that cloud is actually different. So yeah, nimbostratus cloud, cumulonimbus cloud. So I will tell you, explain everything about cloud. Next time if you see cloud in the night sky or daytime, you can understand that what type of cloud is it, and you can understand the climate also. Person named Luke Howard called the father of clouds. Yeah, sometimes if someone asks you like who is the father of clouds, this person, the British meteorologist, which we call FRS, fellow of Royal Society, at that time he has just given this contribution. So now we will reach out to the conclusion, like cumulonimbus cloud is actually the heaviest one. It can just sustain the amount of water which is equivalent to million times of elephant weight. If you sustain, you can compare that, which is to remember for the fact. Now in that case also, it's not like nimbostratus cloud cannot heavy, they are also heavy. So if you are just rearranging or just arranging the order, then heaviest to lightest, then cumulonimbus, nimbostratus, then stratocumulus, and then stratus, then finally altocumulus. So this can be the normalized or a category through which you can remember, but just try to understand this situation also. Like if nimbo word is coming, then that is rain cloud. If alto word is coming, that is middle altitude cloud. If like cirrostratus or cirrocumulus, cirro actually started from zero, so cirrus cloud, cirrostratus, cirrocumulus, that is actually high altitude cloud. So next time if some word is coming, then you can understand what cloud is it, and that every cloud tells you a different story about the climate, the nature, the things which are gonna be happen in the soon 12 to 48 hours. So it can be like other factors also, like it's not like every cloud is responsible for their own thing. Sometimes air also there. So for example, a heavy cloud is on the sky and you understand, okay, the rain is happening gonna soon. So sometimes air just drag it so fastly that cloud has to run away. So it's not like cloud is the only thing in the sky. For example, air friction, the drag, these all things, friction, they also matters ultimately. So the air can just run away the clouds, that is also possible. So it's not like every cloud is the nimbostratus or every cloud is the Noctilucent cloud. Sometimes these abnormal clouds, which are Noctilucent clouds, look so beautiful in the sky. In normal conditions they cannot appear, but generally these are called abnormal clouds because they can contain high altitude. They reach out to 21 kilometer, 20 kilometer, but and it is not the end. Several other clouds have identified in 2017, and there are so many clouds category or classification added, but still you can call 10 types of classification, which we have figured out in the 1803. At that time it was delivered by the Luke Howard, which we call the father of the clouds. But still remember the thing, there are so many clouds still going on, and we try to figure it out what type of cloud is it. We cannot analyze the normal pattern, so we try to understand it, because it's a whole world. This planet is so huge. Every country, there are more than around 200 countries. So in countries worldwide, you see the cloud which looks completely different sometimes. So in 2017 several other clouds I have added in the list, and still the process is going on, and meteorologists try to figure it out the things, like sometimes cloud is looking different, so yeah, it can be this or that. But in normal conditions, you see the cloud, that sky, the pattern, the things you can match with the 10 classification, which is we have figured it out or heard in a normal or basic level. So just let's see the end.
Home I've ever been. What are you talking about? It's a long story.
I made a movement with Stephen Hawking, can I believe it? Like, these stakes are high, war is love, but these lollies are still, oh my god, I'm mad.